Simone Biles.
Power like no one else.
Jesuits desperately trying to hold on. He got it. The United States has won the gold.
This is a presentation of the Olympic Channel, home of Team USA.
Doha, Qatar of the Middle East, been the host for the IAAF World Athletics Championships in 2019. As we move on to day 7 of 10 days of competition, we look back on the success of Team USA on day number 6. Grant Holloway taking a world title in the men's 110-meter hurdles, the first title for the University of Florida product. But as we look towards the competition at Khalifa International Stadium today on the track and in the field, it is the multi-event champions to be crowned, as well as a women's 400-meter titleist. Shanae Miller-Weibo will try to win her world title at that one-lap distance. And a pair of athletes looking for first-time world titles lead after day 1 in the decathlon. That's Damian Warner of Canada, and Great Britain's Katarina Johnson-Thompson will try to hold off the rest of the field in the women's heptathlon competition that includes a strong American contingent, Erica Bogard among them, all seeking a spot on the podium. NBC Sports welcomes you to the 2019 Doha World Championships presented by the Olympic Channel, home of Team USA. A look at Khalifa International Stadium as we prepare for this day of competition. It'll be a long day, especially for the multi-event athletes, the decathletes getting ready on the track, but also the heptathletes. After 4 of 7 events, KJT, Katarina Johnson-Thompson, leads the reigning world and Olympic champion, Nafi Tiam, with a trio of Americans just behind. Hi, everybody. I'm Paul Swangard. Pleased to be joined once again by two-time world champion in the decathlon, Trey Hardy. And we talk about this heptathlon competition. A little bit of a surprise, I think. KJT at the top of the standings.
This is a new KJT. You know, she moved to France. She started training with Kevin Mayer and his group, the reigning world record holder in the decathlon. I was unbelievably impressed by this new version of her. She's 100 points up on her personal best pace. And I don't think she anticipated being atop the leaderboard this early.
Well, she was atop the leaderboard very early in this competition on day 1 with 4 very strong performances across the first day. The first event in the multi-day competition is the 100-meter hurdle. She's in lane 6.
Out really smoothly, and then over the last, she crosses the line here, sees the time on the clock, and that was the kind of day that Katarina Johnson-Thompson was going to have.
And the momentum continued into one of her stronger disciplines, the high jump.
I don't think she can believe it. Just a very nonchalant, reluctant world championship best in the high jump right there.
Moving on to the shot put, her throws, not the strength of her repertoire in this heptathlon, but was very pleased with this effort.
This is where the world was waiting to see if she would fall apart, and you can see her reaction there. She attributes that to the new training group. The third attempt bomb, a massive lifetime improvement.
And back on the track to close the day in the 200.
A supreme talent on the flat, one of the fastest women of the field. Obviously, the class of this race right here crosses the line to cap off an unbelievably solid day, 100 points up on her personal best pace.
Well, you talk about KJT and her fortunes to get on the podium. It's a place that she's always wished she could reach, but if you go back even the last few years, the World Championships in 2017 and in 2016 in Rio, and then here in 2015 at the World Championships in Beijing, disaster strikes as she fouls on all 3 attempts in the first discipline on day 2, the long jump, and you only get 3. So she didn't score in that event, and that changed her fortunes very quickly.
And this is a mental thing. This isn't a physical thing. She's a supreme talent, the long jump, one of the best long jumpers in heptathlon history. But this is something that you mentally prep for months in advance, years in advance. This isn't something that you wake up the morning of and you say, all right, here we go. Let's go after it and let's get this long jump. This is something that has always kind of been the ghost in her closet, the things that keep her up at night. And I cannot wait for today to see which version of her we're going to get. Is it going to be the world champion, the one that goes out and takes it? Or is it going to be something regressive like we've seen in the past from Katarina?
And for the reigning world champion, Nafi Tiam, I guess it gives her somebody to chased down, and she's going to have a strong second day, and she didn't have a bad first day.
We're talking a lot about KJT, but Nafi Tiam is still on 7,000 point pace. This is still hers to go out and take and defend. She had a kind of a workmanlike performance. I don't think after any event was she smiling or happy or, excited. This was her going out, checking boxes and taking care of business. She was the class of the field. She threw the farthest in the shot put out of any of the women. And again, walks out of the ring kind of ho-hum, ho-hum. But I guarantee she woke up this morning taking a second or third look at the points tables, knowing how much work she's got left to do to take the title.
And as you said all along in this competition, the first day, you can be a good athlete and score well. The second day is going to decide who is the best all-around athlete.
That's what we always say. The first day is for the athletes. The second day is for the champions. And there may not be much shuffling in this first event of the long jump. We'll see what kind of performances we have. But the javelin is going to move a lot of people up and down. And then it's one of the best races in the world, the Heptathlon 800. There's a ton of points there. And this woman, Erica Bogart from the United States, is one of the fastest heptathlete 800-meter runners. And so if she is anywhere near that podium, you can believe she's going to run hard for it.
Yeah, great storylines as KJT is going to really be focused on that long jump and getting a fair mark. You've got Tiam, who's strong in the javelin, and Bogart lurking at that last event in the 800 meters. So plenty of things to follow. As you saw earlier, the Americans with 3 of their 4 athletes in the top 5, and good shot at getting a medal on this second day. Those are the events and the times for their starts. And note at the bottom, at the 800 meters will start actually after midnight tomorrow. So this event going over 3 calendar days. That'll be a similar reality for Solomon Simmons and the decathletes. We'll preview day 2 of that event when we come back.
All my chips are in.
All my chips are in.
And my favorite chips, barbecue.
And my car keys on my chocolate chip key ring.
Can't drive anyway, your insurance lapsed.
That may be so, but check this. Computer chips.
But now you can't get online to get a quote.
Guys, keep your keys. We'll insure you, but read them and weep. For a great low rate you can get online, go to the General and save some time.
Hi. Let's do this. I was training for the Olympics, and unfortunately I got injured and didn't make the team. I ate and drank everything in sight.
I did anything and everything that I thought would get me like that skinny, and it never worked.
And then I tried Noom.
And then I tried Noom. Noom taught me how to change my habits a little by little.
They say it's based on a cognitive behavioral approach. I just say it works.
Visit Noom.com and lose the weight for good.
I was on the fence about changing from a manual to an electric toothbrush, but my hygienist said going electric could lead to way cleaner teeth. She said get the one inspired by dentists with the round brush head.
Go pro with Oral-B. Oral-B's gentle rounded brush head removes more plaque along the gum line for cleaner teeth and healthier gums. And unlike Sonicare, Oral-B is the first electric toothbrush brand accepted by the ADA for its effectiveness and safety.
What an amazing clean. I'll only use an Oral-B.
Oral-B. Brush like a pro.
Success begins with certainty, knowing for certain your logo will look perfect. Trust the promotional product experts at 4imprint, and it'll be right the first time, on time, every time, guaranteed. For impressions that build trust, engagement that's exciting, and gestures that lead to meaningful conversations. For confidence that inspires everyone around you. Start with certainty. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com. 4imprint. For certain.
Rated T for teen. Join the strategic multiplayer battle where fast thinking beats fast reactions. World of Tanks, where the smart survive.
Real steel. Find yours right now. double your run times. Buy any AK battery set and get the second battery half off. Battery powered, made by Steel. Find yours at steeldealers.com.
A look at the world record holder in the men's decathlon, the reigning world champion, Kevin Mayer of France, getting set for the first event of the day, the 110-meter hurdles for the decathletes. There's a look at the scores, and Mayer in that third spot after the first day behind a pair of Canadians in first and second. Solomon Simmons, the top American after day one, still in medal contention, eighth after the first day with 4,256 points. As we turn our attention to day two, we sat at this very spot a day ago talking about prohibitive favorites on both the women's and the men's side, and that was Kevin Mayer of France. And, you know, he had a good day at a couple of PBs and a couple of events, but when we got to the high jump, then we started questioning, is he in the best shape he needs to be in to win again?
It was such a roller coaster, a personal best in the 100, a great third round throw in the shot put, and then we get to this. Not really even close, and look at him grab his knee, wincing in obvious pain. And at this point, I know that the rest of the field was watching that going, did I just move up one spot on the medal stand? What is going on here? And he pushes out of this 400, incredibly conservative. Kai Kazmierek catches him in the first 80 meters, and then we're going to watch Harrison William catch him in the next 50 meters. And at this point in the race, I'm thinking, Kevin's done. This is it. This is how he falls from grace. This is how he's going to lose his championship. But he ends up coming around in a really respectable time, and he's in third place still. He told Lewis, I'm not happy with today. I'm not at my best health. I don't like this schedule. There was a lot of complaining and a lot of negativity, but then he followed it up and closed it up with, I'm still going to defend my world title. This is mine. I'm the best in day two. See you tomorrow.
And his second day is usually the stronger of the two, so we expect him definitely to be in the mix. And until you see him the first event of the second day, you really don't know what kind of shape he is in. But let's talk about the leader after day one. He's been around a guy you know very well, Damian Warner, very consistent, and he was consistent on day one on the inside in lane two.
The fastest decathlete in history, has a 10.1 personal best. And again, for him, much like that of Erica Bogard, Nafi Tiam, another day at the office, checking boxes, getting through the events, comes up with a couple of clutch performances here on his third in the long jump and again in the events to follow. Does everything necessary, not only to keep him in the mix, but to keep him on top of the podium. I mean, this is something where he's not up on his personal best pace, but he definitely has the personal best in day two to fight for gold.
And how about Pierre LePage, his fellow countryman from Team Canada? A few years ago, he won a competition where they were trying to identify somebody who could be a good decathlete. They took him to Rio just to watch as an observer, and now he's in medal position at a world championship.
To go from an observer and 3 years later be on the stage is just what an amazing story for LePage right here. And as he closes out the day, that was a stud performance. That's something you only dream of, that half the field would only dream of going to bed after day one on the podium. But like we said earlier, day one is for the athletes. Day two is for the champions. And this is a long, long day. There's a lot of opportunities to slip up. You're not going to win a medal in these first few events, but you can definitely lose a medal.
And everyone who's not wearing USA red, white, and blue will know that the U.S. always has a strong contingent battling for those medals. And, the guys that were there had good first days and are in medal contention, maybe not to win it all, but to get on the podium.
They're going to have the days of their lives. I think that the best opportunity is Solomon Simmons. Nothing flashy, nothing outstanding. I don't think he has a chance to be the winner of any single event throughout the entire competition, but what he is almost a flawless decathlete. In the same way Kevin Mayer is maybe on another level and Kevin doesn't have many flaws, Solomon doesn't have any flaws. We can go through every single event, finish in that third, fourth, fifth position, and find himself in third place overall at the end of the day.
So there are the 5 disciplines that constitute day 2 of the men's decathlon schedule. And like the women, you put 7 hours on that Eastern time to make it local Doha time. They will finish the event on the third calendar day of competition right about 12:30 local time. So they look ahead to finishing, in essence, tomorrow, but they're ready to get on the track here shortly in the 110-meter hurdles.
Grubhub, America's leader in food delivery, just got better.
I do my hair talk, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Introducing Perks. Millions of dollars in deals and free food nationwide. Download the Grubhub app today and see the perks waiting for you.
Hi again. That belongs to me.
How you feeling?
You have a full-time job, a mortgage to pay, and commitments to keep. You're also determined to take your career to the next level.